Imagine, if you can, a young man doesn't know anything about cars, but his alternator went bad, so he needed an alternator. What he had to do? Go and try to get out of here, discover where it needs to be done, get a book or whatever, and take care of that alternator. And when you find out that there's something else wrong in there, you have to take all this stuff apart. You don't know anything about it, but you're learning as you go. Why? Because you don't have the money. Now, many people will say, why don't you have the money? Well, if they've been living here in America under capitalism and under this prejudice system, they'll know why you don't have the money. But anyway, why you don't have the money is important, but there's something that's more important: how to get the money. And in order to get the money, you got to start dealing with truth. Truth, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you something that's truthful. If you are one person living on this earth, then you're responsible for everything that involves you. If there are two of you, then you split that up, that responsibility up. If it's 5 of you, you split that responsibility up. If it's 1 million of you, you split that responsibility up. If it's 8 billion of you, you split that responsibility up. And you do it in such a way that every individual have their needs, their wants, and their desires met. And you have to do it like that, ladies and gentlemen, because if you don't, it won't be fair. Let me be more specific. The car that you just saw, that is a car that belongs to someone that needs repairs. The way the process is supposed to work, the owner let it be known that the car needs repairs and that it needs to be picked up. And the car is picked up and taken to a shop, and whatever is wrong with it is fixed. And either the owner can pick the car up or the car is delivered back. There is no money involved in anything that you have just heard me say. It is the benefit of life. Now you say, well, the workmen, they had to work on this car. What do they get out of it? I tell you, this is the way it works, ladies and gentlemen. The only people that worked on that car are people who enjoyed working on it. People who get up in the morning time excited about working on cars. And only that particular part that they do. And in every area that is required, you're talking about oil, everybody that works in the business of oil. You're talking about gasoline, everybody that works in the business of gasoline. If you're talking about tools and belts, everybody that works in those areas, they do that because they love doing it. They love doing it. And having done it, it gives them their greatest thrill. That's all they do. However, if they find that there's something else that they would love more and want to transfer, they have the opportunity and the availability to do it. It is received, and they are qualified to do whatever newness that they want to experience. And that's the way the society works. Now, what do all of these people get as a benefit for what role they play? They get food, unlimited and unrestricted. Just in these grocery stores that you go to now, you utilize those grocery stores or new grocery stores that have been designed to do and accomplish the same kinds of things. And guess what? It doesn't cost you any money. And so you say, well, what do the people that stock in these shelves get for their participation in the society? What do they get? Well, they get the same thing that everybody else gets. Unlimited food, unlimited clothing, unlimited shelter, unlimited education, unlimited health care, unlimited transportation, the best infrastructure you can imagine, the best vacations you can come up with, everything that you can imagine, because people are here to take care of that. And taking care of that creates the beautifulness of life. And creating that, it is the people that experience it. But that can only happen when you treat people like you want to be treated. That can only happen when you recognize that there is a God that's living inside of you that wants this kind of stuff, because it is as necessary as those who lie and turn the truth into a new lie, turn a lie into a new kind of truth. Those who want to take away your right to be a person, one who want to take your right to determine whether you want to have a child or not. Oh man, people just gone all, and at the same time have nothing to offer you. They take away your food, you're restricted. They take away your housing, you're restricted. They take away your education, you're restricted. They take away your health care, you're restricted. They take away your transportation, you're restricted. They take away your jobs, you're restricted. They do all of that restricted, and are saying that you can get it by getting their money, meaning you got to do what they want you to do to get that money. Ladies and gentlemen, now, as spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people, it is my duty to tell you that. And at the same time, you're going to stay living in hell. What I mean by living in hell is suffering what you have to suffer, all the stuff that you're complaining and agonizing about. You're going to continue to do that until you make a change. Until you make that change. Now, the problem with that, as far as you're concerned, is that you say, I got problems taking care of my family. I will never be able to take care of my family in this system unless I break and do just like you. Take part in the system and get some of that money to do some of those things that I can only do with that money. Yes, if I want to deny everything I just said, then that's what I would do. But if I'm telling the truth, I won't, even if I die. You see, ladies and gentlemen, I don't supposed to be here. Many times I'm supposed to have died, but I'm still here. For what reason? To share with you the truth that I know that you apparently don't. It's not to put you down, but it's to try to let you know that there's a better way. You think Donald Trump in America is the answer? You see all the crap he's done, you think he's the answer? Well, he's standing before the American people saying that he is the answer. And he plans and promises to punish so many of you. And you don't even catch it. You don't catch that's a demonic man. But you got millions of people that's supporting him. You don't catch it. They are bit by that demonic bug. And you, sitting right there at that house where that demonicness was born, raised right amongst you, and then left the house now, going out doing his own thing, and you just sitting there thinking that sitting there is sufficient enough to keep them from burning your house down. You better get up and do the right thing. You better not try to challenge them that way by trying to say that they are so evil. You better show how good you can be by doing what? Making sure everybody got a job. By doing what? Making sure no one have to suffer for anything. The reservoir of goods and services, everybody got a key to it. What you want, what you need, what you desire, go open it up and get it. Now, there are ways that you're doing it. I don't mean it just like that, but I'm saying that you don't have any problems. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I'll get back with you later. But at the end of the day, unless you change, this car will be sitting right here, and it will have to go through all of the ugly stuff that this dark, demented society put people through. Or maybe I'd say I'm sorry and become one that this system needs to help prove that it's better and that there is no God other than. But I've done this for about 40-some years. I'm not going to stop now. I know one day you will hear what I just got through explaining to you. It's just that simple. Everything has been given to you, and everything has been taken away from you by people who, I hate to say it, but just so you can understand what I'm talking about, like people like those conservatives, the conservative, They don't want to conserve nothing that they got. They want to conserve what you got. And ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know that the truth has been set up in such a way that everything they were going through with this taxes and the inflation, all of that is a scam that comes from the system that we are exploited by. You change the system and all of that stuff will go away. Change the system, nobody will be losing their job. Change the system, everybody will be engaged in a happy way of life. Change the system, and it'll be like the sun is beginning to shine for once for all of us.